Evening everyone, Press Ups 10. I'm currently working away from home at the moment, and whilst I was out I was thinking about things like loneliness. I've done a lot of research in the years over loneliness, working with a lot of people with sadness, and loneliness, it's a word that I just thought it was, but what I didn't realise was loneliness actually does something to your body. It produces cortisol. Now, when you drink a coffee, that produces cortisol. Coffee makes you, get focused, get on track, do what you got to do. But it's actually attacks your dopamine in like a little war. So if you've been out for a gorgeous walk, or you go out for a walk and then you go for a coffee, you actually don't get the whole benefit of the dopamine that you're creating to make you happy. Because dopamine's the happy, it's the happy drug that you make for yourself. Dopamine is produced, like we've said before, when you're using Class A drugs and Class B drugs. You produce copious amounts of dopamine, and you produce so much that it actually goes over your receptors and stops you from using the same amount of weed or the same amount of crack on something. So you have to use more and more, because imagine a tree is your receptor. It sends out snow, but the snow doesn't go where it's got to go, so it lands back on the tree. So then imagine the tree needs to push out more snow. It can't. It's got to do harder, so it goes out more and more and more. So that's the problem with using drugs. So then imagine now you're lonely, you're using coffee as all these stimulants you're using weed, and you're using coke and all these things. What you're actually doing is dragging yourself into this. You're actually making yourself more and more depressed by the use of the cannabis and cocaine. It's totally bizarre, because you think to yourself you're using this drug to make yourself better, but every time you use it, you build up a tolerance. So in the same way you build up a tolerance to antibiotics, you build up a tolerance to the drugs of use. So this is the bizarre thing about loneliness. Loneliness actually produces cortisol. So you go out for a walk, you feel great, you come back into the house and you're on your own. You go out and you're working, lone working, and suddenly you're having coffee and you're on your own, and you're stuck in this weird position. So you've got to be aware of what you're putting into your body. So it's like your diet. Are you eating yourself into sadness? Cortisol actually produces weight gain as well. So if you're feeling lonely, what's so bizarre about being lonely is you weight gain naturally, and you eat yourself as well. You put in tons, and you eat sugary foods, you get that peak. So what we're doing is we're actually eating loads, cortisol being produced, we're using drugs, or, and you're using coffee, and your body is just, remember that your body is just the transport for this thing in here. It's got no eyes, it's got no ears, it's got none of the senses. So it produces all these senses for it to get an idea on what's going out. It's like a pilot in an empty room. So it just gets all this stuff on, too much fuel, and it just starts getting all messed up inside, because we're giving it everything that we think we need, that someone's telling us, oh, you have a coffee, have a sugar, have a sweet. We're brought up on sweets as kids. Here, have a sweet. Woohoo, I feel great. So we just develop this dependency on sugar. And sugar's is the world's highest addictive substance. I'm not trying to make out I don't have sugar, because I just eat everything, hence my curves. Beautiful curves too, you know what I mean? So loneliness, get out the house. And you might have been in there for ages, get out for your walks, but volunteer, get out there and volunteer. Loneliness creates isolation. Isolation makes you withdraw, and then your withdrawal takes you away from people. People think you're being arrogant, so they leave you alone, and you just get in this weird circle all the time. And it's just because of loneliness. You're actually producing a drug from being lonely. So it's like this is this call out for suicide. This is the call out for a broken leg. You've got to do something about this. Okay, go and volunteer. Every single service person I've ever worked with is a diamond. Every single person I've worked with, police officers, I've worked with firefighters, or teachers, okay? When it gets too much and you self-isolate, you're creating a drug in your body. So you've got to get out there, all right? I know teachers, 10 teachers that go down to the Salvation Army come Sundays, and they work together and they do stuff for free, but there is a team, and they're just the best team. One of the really great school in Warrington. They're just amazing, they are. Okay? You've got to get out there and fight back all the time, and I'll keep going on about it. Volunteering is everything. I worked with the Prince's Trust for 12 weeks, end up as 3 years, and I just developed this amazing self-worth, this understanding of other people, this understanding of young people, okay? So get out there, volunteer. Places you can volunteer. Did you know you can go to prisons? I've worked in Risley, I've worked in Hindley when they were young offenders and stuff, and I volunteered in there. Okay, just get in there, listen to the squad. You know how many squaddies are in prison at the moment? It's phenomenal, absolutely huge numbers. 25% of people in prison are actually people who've been in care, kids. 25%. That's a proper number. That 1/4. You know, squaddies mashed up, Ebs mashed up, getting into fights, one punch, knocking people out. Huge percentage of committing dramas. Magistrates that I talked to in Runcorn, okay, they'd asked me to go down when I was at the Prince's Trust, and we just chat to these lads saying, what are you doing? Can't handle it. Why? Loneliness, on their own, no one to talk to. Got out of the army because of PTSD. PTSD made them lonely, yeah? You've got to get out there. I'm hearing some amazing things yesterday about people visiting instead of doing 25 press-ups. Fantastic. We've got Zoom, Skype, all these different things, and we've got to do it. We're winning. 10 days I've been doing this, 6 phone calls, okay, and 3 three people pulled away from suicide. Unbelievable. This is working, and this is not the government. The government aren't paying for this. This is just us lot getting on here and going, come on, everyone, talk, get out, pick up the phone. Some people not spoke to each other for 10 years, breaking down that loneliness, chopping it up. Yeah, putting it on the fire and getting rid of it. Get out of that house. Take the kids out. Show them how to volunteer. Take them to the pictures. Go and just do something for free and meet people. Get out dancing. Go into a club and find out how to dance, how to do all different things. There's so many things out there. Not at the moment, I understand that, but start your research. Get to the park. And when you walk past someone, say hello. When I did my mental health first aiders course, we had 3 people who come in who tried to commit suicide and thankfully had failed. And one of them had tried it, and when he went back to do it the next day, he walked down the street, and this random person just went, all right, mate, and carried on. And he said, oh my God, I thought I was invisible. And they genuinely believed that they didn't exist. All right, so say hello to everybody. I am annoyingly happy to everybody, okay? When I say hello to people, some people look at me like I've just jabbed them in the teeth. Hi, you're right, mate. Yeah, you're right. What? Yeah, what's that all about? Say hello to everybody. Hi. Air 5 them. Okay? I love Air 5 and everybody because they do it, they react to it. I have to go, Air 5, quick. And they put their hand up. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we don't have to touch. We don't have to do all that. We can still make people feel amazing. Yeah? Imagine as well, I noticed something social, it's called something else, social rejection. When you're putting pictures on Facebook, Instagram, all these things, and you don't get likes, you produce cortisol because you're like, oh, nobody loves me. Yeah? You are creating a chemical reaction for you not getting any likes. Be aware of that. You have no idea, and I had no idea about this until I read up on it. Being rejected through social media gives you cortisol. Attacks. Cortisol is a sword that chops through dopamine. Yeah, so come on, we're doing amazing. This has just got to just get bigger by just chatting and chatting. Strategies of how we're going to do things all the time. All right, I'm so impressed. One person who watched me do this the other day spoke to me, and I got in touch with a lad in Scotland. I'd never met him before, and it wasn't even Scotland. It was like right then one of them islands where they all talk proper Jockinese. And I just started chatting shit with this man yesterday, and he's alive. He's alive because of someone pecking my head to come on in. I didn't want to do. Yeah, 3 people and 6 conversations. It's amazing. This, okay? Get on it. Understand what's going on in your head. Remember, that brain can't see out these windows, okay? So it just takes what it gets off your senses. If you're feeding it garbage, especially through here or up here, you're going to get a garbage result, all right? So, team effort, smash it. Let me do me fat boys. With my glasses on. Stay alert, stay alive. Come on, team. Get out, smile, dance, put some tunes on. Do some press ups to make you feel amazing. Not. Love you all, team.